And welcome everyone to Rate Field in Chicago for Friday Night Baseball. Tonight we bring you a crosstown matchup. It's the Battle of Chicago as the Cubs take on the White Sox. Martin Perez on the mound here tonight to start off the game for the White Sox. 107 strikeouts in 2024 across 26 starts and 135 innings pitched. And it will be Ian Happ to lead off here for the away team, although they've of course not had very far to travel at all. Oh, this one could have. It is still going to be an easy first out, but it wasn't looking like that at the start. Kyle Tucker, the right fielder, is up next. He'll be followed by designated hitter Seiya Suzuki, and the first baseman Michael Busch bats cleanup. Miguel Amaya, the catcher, rounds out the starting lineup here tonight for the Chicago Cubs. Kyle Tucker had 23 home runs and 49 RBIs last season, finishing with a .289 batting average. And one pitch, one out. Here's the next one.
Ball.
That's on the frame of the strike zone.
Ball one,
Called
no
a ball by the umpire. And that goes outside. But not very much. Not by very much. The 2-0 pitch.
Ball three.
Low.
3-0.
And Seiya Suzuki may find himself at the plate in short order here. Tucker hoping for ball 4.
Nope.
And there it is.
Ball 4.
Tucker walked. Here's the action gets underway tonight. Seiya Suzuki up now for the Cubs. Here's the first pitch from Perez. Suzuki connects, potential for a double play here. There's one, and he's safe. They did get one out from that. As we take a look at this again, just a bit late, I guess, on the throw from second. And Michael Busch, the cleanup batter, now at the plate for Chicago. Connects here, and this one's been stopped, but it went foul. 21 home runs, 65 RBIs last season for first baseman Michael Busch. He finished with a .248 batting average in 2024. The 0-1 now. Low, but he swings. Well then. The 0-2 pitch to Busch. Swings again. Now trying to steal first, and I think he may have pulled it off. Safe. So he got 2 on. That is something. 2 on now for the Chicago Cubs, and I can't, in this game, I can't just say 2 on now for Chicago because they're both from the same city. I almost did there, and forgive me if I do. I'm used to it. Anyways, Dansby Swanson, the shortstop, up now, had 16 home runs, 66 RBIs, and a .242 batting average in the 2024 season. Now faces down the 0-1, and I think this will be out number 3. We go to the bottom of the first here. White Sox will be up. Shota Imanaga now on the mound for the Chicago Cubs. 29 starts in 2024 with a 2.91 ERA and 174 strikeouts. Mike Tauchman will lead off for the White Sox. First pitch. That one going towards the corner, but inside the strike zone to get us underway.
Ball that
Low. Most certainly low. 88-mile-per-hour sinker. Sunk a bit too much. The 1-1. Connects. And off into left field this will go. Catch will be made for out number 1. Luis Robert Jr., the center fielder at the plate now for the White Sox. He'll be followed by left fielder Andrew Benintendi. First baseman Andrew Vaughn bats cleanup, and Corey Lee, the catcher, rounds out the starting lineup here tonight for the White Sox. 14 home runs and 35 RBIs for number 88, Luis Robert Jr. last season with a .224 batting average. First pitch from Imanaga. Connects. That'll go foul. Hits behind the home plate. Behind the umpire, I should say. Going into the net there. The 0-1. In the strike zone. Beautifully thrown there. And Imanaga hoping for a strikeout here. The 0-2 goes inside to keep Robert Jr. on the plate for at least one more pitch. Swing and a miss. There's strike 3. And again, strikeout number 1 here tonight for Imanaga. Andrew Benintendi up now for the White Sox. .229 batting average last season for him. Comes to the plate with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. And that one on the frame is called a strike. 20 home runs and 64 RBIs last season for this left fielder. As we await the 0-1. Connects here into left center field, and it is caught. Still scoreless at the end of the first here between the Cubs and the White Sox.
Leading off the Cubs, the second baseman, Nico Horner.
Nico Horner now at the plate for the Cubs as we get the top of the second here underway. He'll hit this right to the first baseman, who steps on the bag for out number 1. That's a way to go up quickly. Pete Crow Armstrong now at the plate for Chicago. Was named, I believe, to the All-Star team just a couple of weeks ago for the National League. First pitch, he connects out the end of the bat, and it goes foul. The 0-1 connects here, and can they make it in time? Yes, there's number 2. Sure putting them away quickly here tonight are the White Sox. 2 outs already in less than a minute of play. And John Birdie will replace Cade Workman as a pinch hitter now. Interesting decision there from the Cubs. And for those unfamiliar, baseball here. Oh, he missed it. This is going to be a runner on at least first. He will stay there. Good move. But as I was going to say, baseball here on Ultrasport, we play by Ultrasport rules, which means only 3 innings, in case you were unfamiliar. And it looks like the White Sox are going to be making a pitching change. And we'll see who comes in. It will be Gus Varland, who had 26 games in 2024 with a 3.42 ERA and a strikeout rate of 23.5%. Number 37 coming out now for the White Sox. 2 out, 1 on here in the top of the second. Miguel Amaya, the catcher, last in the batting order, now at the plate. 8 home runs and 47 RBIs for him last season with a .232 batting average. First pitch is a ball. Second one will be fouled away, and you can see some members of the Cubs team ducking as that hits the roof of the dugout. 1-1.
That's a ball.
Called a ball as it touches the frame. Justin Anderson now in the bullpen for the White Sox, right-handed pitcher. The 2-1. Fouled away, which will set Varland up for a possible strikeout here. The 2-2 pitch to send us to the bottom of the second. Connects here, and it's going to go into left center field. Catch will be made, and right fielder ups as we go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless between Major League Baseball's two Chicago teams.
Leading off for the White Sox, the first baseman, Andrew Vaughn.
First baseman Andrew Vaughn now at the plate. Had 19 home runs and 70 RBIs last season with a .246 batting average. The cleanup hitter for the White Sox here tonight. Let's see what he can do. This will go foul to start off the at-bat as well as the bottom of the second. Glad to have you with us here tonight in this Battle of Chicago. Chicago, one of, I believe, three
0-2 is the count.
cities that have two Major League teams. The other two would be New York and Los Angeles. And you could make a case, in a sense, for San Francisco, even though the A's are headquartered in Oakland and will continue to be so. Oh, this will get him to first base. I think he is most definitely safe. And right fielder ups. I hope you can hear me as he gets to first. Crosses the plate way before it got there, but they still put in the effort. Brian Ramos is going to come in as a pinch runner now. White Sox making a substitution as Josh Rojas steps up to the plate. First pitch from Imanaga. He will connect, and back it goes. How far back is the question? It is caught. So it is therefore irrelevant. Caught before the warning track, but I think a lot of people probably thought that could have been a home run, or at least a chance to get to third base. Lenyn Sosa now at the plate as the White Sox mascot fires up the crowd. And I apologize, but I have no clue about Major League mascots, which may be one of my many flaws as a broadcaster, but that looks like some kind of dinosaur. I can name 3 or 4 off the top of my head. Stomper from the Oakland A's, Lucille from the Giants, T.C. Bear of the Minnesota Twins, as this might be a double play as well. Yes, it will. And we go to the bottom of the second, or the top of the third, I should say. And by the way, I was going to say Clark of the Chicago Cubs is number 4.
Leading off the Cubs, the left fielder, number 8, Ian Happ.
So we go to the top of the third, and again, per Ultrasport rules, this is the last inning of regulation. We almost went to extras in the game between Houston and Arizona on Tuesday night, although the Diamondbacks were able to get a walk-off and end the game there. We'll see what happens here tonight between Chicago and Chicago
1 ball, 1
as we
strike.
bring you Friday Night Baseball. And again, want to thank you for tuning in here tonight. From right field, I guess it's no longer guaranteed. Count is 1-2 for Happ here in the top of the third. The pitch from Varland. He will foul this away to stay alive. Connects here, and that is going to go all the way. just barely gets over the wall, 398 feet, but a home run is a home run. And Ian Happ, just like that, puts the Cubs into the lead in the late game here. There you have it. There you have it. And it's gotten a bit quiet. Well, it certainly isn't quiet in the dugout, but around most of Rate Field it has gotten pretty quiet as we take a look at this once again in show motion. 398 feet once again with an exit velocity of 104.7 miles per hour. And it looks like this is going to be the third pitching change of the night for the Chicago White Sox as they desperately hope to salvage a victory here tonight against their crosstown rivals. Gus Varland will depart for the dugout, and he will be replaced by Fraser Ellard, who pitched 24 innings in 2024 with 25 games and a 3.75 ERA, finished the season with a strikeout rate of 25.7%. And now, with Kyle Tucker back at the plate and no outs, let's see how this unfolds. You're kidding me! You're kidding me! Back-to-back home runs, this one coming off of Ellard's very first pitch. And if that doesn't demoralize the White Sox, I don't know what will, if we're being completely brutally honest. Chicago 2, Chicago 0. Cubs take the lead here. Cubs extend the lead, I should say, in the top of the third with quite literally back-to-back home runs. And not only that, across two pitchers. I mean, there's got to be some historical precedent for that dating back to like 1900. May look it up in the innings break here, but there you have it. 2-0, and Suzuki is going to break the streak. Cubs fans perhaps hoping for a hat trick there, but the score will remain 2-0 as the designated hitter comes back to the plate. He's 0 for 1 here tonight. We'll see how it goes here in the top of the third. That goes high.
Ball 2.
Outside for ball 2. The 2-1 to Suzuki now. He will connect and send it towards first base, but it'll go over the line for a foul ball. And number 27 now on strike 2. Ellard hoping for a strikeout. This one will go outside. Michael Busch, who struck out earlier tonight, is on deck for the Cubs. At the 3-2. In the strike zone. And there you have it. Fraser Ellard getting a bit of recompense after giving up a home run on his very first pitch. As Michael Busch returns to the plate now.
0-1's the count.
This one goes for strike 1.
Ball.
Checks a swing that's way outside. Connects here and headed towards right center. The catch is made for out number 2. Dansby Swanson may very well be the last batter for the Cubs here tonight, but they certainly have nothing to complain about unless the White Sox launch some sort of miraculous comeback in the bottom of the third. This one goes to the bottom corner of the strike zone. 0-1 is the count, as this one is fouled off to put Swanson on strike 2. And the 0-2 pitch from Ellard now, looking to dismiss the last of the Cubs. Fouled away, so he survives. The 0-2 once more. Oh, my.
2 strike.
Lost a bit of composure there. Can he get it back? This one is going to go deep as well, but the catch is made, and we go to the bottom of the third. Chicago up 2-0 after something unprecedented in this inning. Ryan Pressly will close out the night for the Chicago Cubs, stepping up to the plate here against the crosstown rivals. And so I did look it up just now, the scenario that we just saw with 2 consecutive home runs with a pitching change in between. It's a very specific scenario, but it has happened once before. And believe it or not, it also involved the Chicago Cubs. June 12th, 2021, they were playing the Dodgers, and A.J. Pollock hit a solo homer off Ryan Tepera. The Dodgers brought in Tommy Nance, and that led to Max Muncy hitting a home run right after the pitching change. So that is the second time that has ever happened. So we've witnessed history here tonight, and the first time was also the Cubs. So we have broadcasted a very obscure historical moment here tonight. Miguel Vargas currently at the plate facing off against Ryan Pressly. Here in the bottom of the third, White Sox struggling to survive. Count is 2-2, and this one will be fouled away to keep Vargas alive. White Sox need 2 to tie, 3 to win. And we'll see how this shakes out. The 2-2 low as Brooks Baldwin is now on deck for the White Sox. The full count pitch from Pressly to Vargas. In the corner, strike 3. And the booing resounds throughout right field. Again, just right field. It's no longer guaranteed. As Brooks Baldwin now comes up to the plate. Swing and a miss. Right off the first pitch. 2 home runs and 8 RBIs for the shortstop last season with a .211 batting average. As we await the 0-1. He's going to bunt here, and it might actually pay off. There's the throw. Is he safe? He got it! He got it! A unique strategy adopted by Brooks Baldwin, but it may very well keep the White Sox alive. Let's take a look at this again. Mid-pitch, he decides to bunt. It somehow stays along. It somehow stays on the right side of the line. It's picked up by the third baseman. He makes the throw, but he's just too late. And now Corey Lee could tie this with a home run. We'll see how this ends up. 12 home runs, 37 RBIs last season for the catcher, a .210 batting average. Here's the 0-1. Low. Again, we are in the bottom of the third. Ultra Sport rules, which means that this is the last inning of regulation. And it looks like the Cubs are going to prevail here tonight unless Corey Lee or his successor managed to hit a home run. Very impressive bunting decision there by the shortstop. And now Lee will connect. It goes towards left center field. It's going back quite a bit, but it's going to be caught before the warning track. And now one more out for the White Sox. It will be the leadoff in the batting order. So you've got number 1 in there. Mike Tauchman, whatever, has now, in a sense, become Casey at the bat. If he hits a homer, he ties the game. Let's see how this goes. Four-seam fastball gets in the strike zone to start this off. Here's the 0-1, and now is it going to end here? Yes, it is! Well then, what a finish. Tagged out of a failed stealing attempt, and the final score, Cubs 2, White Sox 0 in the Battle of Chicago. on Friday Night Baseball. From Rate Field, we thank you for watching as we say goodbye and good night.